Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, and in this video we'll discuss about API. So what is API and why you use API? In this video we'll discuss about in the theory part. In the later videos we'll discuss about some of the how you can use API, how you can use public API to get data, lots of things. First, this is the first video. We'll discuss about what is API. So API is a system, or API is a connector. So using the connector you can get information from other device. Okay, you need some information to other device to work with some other device, and you need some information or data. Using this connector, using this system, you can do this. This is called API in simple words. I'll written over here. API stands for Application Programming Interface. It's a set of rules that allows one piece of software or system to interact with another. Okay, it says that you can interact with another system or software. Think of it as a manager that takes request, tells the system what you want to do, and returns the response, and return back. This is called API. So why are API is important? They allow applicants to communicate with each other. Okay, like this is important means, like you need some data or you need some information from other device, like you need to know the weather from any other particular city, like state or city like Delhi. You need to know the weather. How you can do this? You can only use the weather API to get the weather information about the Delhi. Okay, this is very important. Okay, you can also say that you use Google Map to you can use Google Map APIs to get direction in your particular problem statement. Like in Uber use Google Maps API in their system to communicate with drivers or customers. Okay, to see the routes or direction. They are not their own API. They are using Google API, Google Maps API. Okay, this is very important. Also, it enables access to data and functionality without exposing internal code. Okay, and widely used in data science to fetch data from source like Twitter, weather service, and stock market. It's very useful in data science because with the help of API you can fetch lots of data, because in data science or data analytics is a data. Okay, without data the field is nothing. So you need data. So you can, there is a one path to getting data. Another part is web scraping, and this is another part is API, using API. So in the data field you can also get data using API. This is very important. Let me understand with some real life analogy. Like imagine a restaurant. You client means you customer, you or we go to the restaurant to have some food. Okay, what we do in this restaurant? We go restaurant, go restaurant for have some food. We select some food from the menu and tell to the waiter to serve the food. Okay, so what the waiter do? Waiter get to the kitchen and get back with foods, or bring with foods and serve the food. This is how it works in the restaurant. In case of API, the same thing happens. Same analogy is happen. Like your client, you have food. Client means the client you, and the food means data. You need data. In restaurant you need food, and in this case you need data. The waiter API takes your order. Waiter is here API. Okay, takes your order to the kitchen means server, and brings back your food response. Food means response. Food response, and you don't need to know how the kitchen works. You just use the menu or the API documentation. So what is API documentation? And API documentation is a student's analogy is menu. Means out of menu you cannot order any food. Okay, what food is written in menu, you have to order within this. You cannot order any food that's not written in menu. In the case of API, what is written in documentation, you have to use this documentation to fetch data. Like in a restaurant, there's lots of food is there over there in menu, around 50 to 60 foods over there, and lots. You only eat 3 or 4 type of foods. In the documentation, in case of documentation, API documentation, you also use 2 or 3 more documentation, okay, endpoints, so parameters. Okay, like you in the weather API, there is a whole world weather is there. You need only Delhi, or you need only India. Okay, you don't need the whole world weather information. You need only your location weather. This is how it's work. Okay, and bring back to the um, serve the food means bring back to response. What response you got? Also, the common example: weather API, Twitter API, Google Maps API. Already I said this. This is a API, get direction and places and gallerization. You already talked this. Like sample, you want to know that know today's weather in Delhi. Okay, like first what to do? You check the API documentation menu and find there's get or weather endpoint. You send a get request to the endpoints with parameters like city equal to Delhi. You have to parameters. You have to. I'll later video I'll discuss about what this parameter is. But parameters is a type of variable. It's like when you pass a create a function in Python, you will pass a parameter. Okay. Also here you have to pass a parameter. City is equal to Delhi. The API waiter passes your request to the server. Server means kitchen. I said already. Server, and the server fetches the weather data and API sends it back to you. API, what you do? API send back to you. I like getting your food at the table. You're getting your information. If you don't have any, if the food is not made or if the food is not there in the kitchen, you'll get some information through API response. Also here if you are not able to fetch the data, you'll get some error or get some information that why you can fetch the data. This is the same logic, analogy used over here. Okay, in this video we'll just talk about what is API and with some example. A later video we'll discuss about what is endpoints, parameter, query parameters, lots of things, and also we'll see the some practical use case how you can fetch data from API. If you like this particular video, please give a thumbs up, and if you have any query, please let me in the comment section. Thank you guys.